Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 23rd to the rest of the month, to October 31st. This is for Pisces and Pisces rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult across spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Pisces. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Pisces, this is it. Here we are, the big full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. That's not the only thing happening though. I mean, this is a pretty big week, okay? This is a huge week. It's a week of empowerment, a week of transformation. You are definitely feeling it, especially on the heels of the new moon solar eclipse that we had. And we're going to talk about that. You're definitely going through some transformative, like out of all the signs, that eclipse that was in Libra, that was in your 8th house, okay, of transformation, of death and rebirth, of life cycles, right? But also other people's resources, which we'll talk about later. But the reason why it's so amplified is because the sun is moving into Scorpio on Monday, okay, on the 23rd. As we know, Mars and Mercury are already in Scorpio. And so remember how I just said, we're coming out of that new moon solar eclipse in Libra that was in your 8th house. Well, Scorpio rules the 8th house. So there's a lot of transformation happening in your lives, and it could be with partners and relationships, whether work, career, enterprise, your own business. It could be love, romance. You could feel a lot more empowered in a new relationship, maybe even ascending in a certain relationship. But again, there is, a lot of activity where you're feeling a lot more empowered, a lot more communicative. And I really love this for you. This week, so not only does the sun move into Scorpio, which is all about like power and money and intimacy and a lot of those aspects that come with Scorpio, but it's amplified with all these other planets there too. All right. Now, on the 24th, so you will be feeling a lot of that. And, Scorpio is your BFF, right? Fellow water sign. So it really amplifies that intuitive energy as well. So you could just feel so in your element, especially because Scorpio does rule your 9th house of spirituality, all right? Of your belief system, the way you see things, your philosophies, also education. Some of y'all, could be thinking about going back to school, learning something new. Long distance travel is part of that as well. You could be planning some big trips or going on some big trips. If not, maybe working with people overseas or communicating with people overseas, or even with this eclipse ending, some of that as well. Or again, just entering a new phase in some sort of relationship. Now, on the 24th, the sun is going to trine Saturn, and so this is one of your most empowering days this week, especially because Saturn is in your sign. You are definitely going to feel this a lot. All right, this is a great aspect. This is you just being so laser focused on your goals, and really Saturn brings that. It is like the planet of hard knocks and whatnot, but Saturn is, we're always working with our karma. Saturn is all about karma, and it really does reward you once if you can pass all its tests and come out being a better version of yourself. You're completely rewarded. And this is in your 1st house. This is all about identity and body too. There could be some physical transformations as well, but it really is just like a very powerful placement for you. So mark it in your calendar. Now on the 28th, all right, this is when we come to the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is on Saturday. Let's just say it's over the weekend because it depends on where you live in this world, right? So, but here in, Eastern time, in Brooklyn, New York, it is going to be on Saturday. And so this is hugely important. And the reason why is because I did a video on eclipses. I talk a lot more about eclipses, what to expect, what not to expect, what to do, what you shouldn't do, etc. I'll leave the link up somewhere at the end of the video too. Okay, I'll leave it at the end of the video. But even still, this eclipses come in pairs. They're always on a certain axis, and they this is completing one chapter of your life, all right? Because this eclipse in Taurus is the end of the eclipses that have been happening in the Taurus Scorpio axis. And so this is just very, 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 very interesting. There could have been a lot of y'all traveling or having some sort of elements of travel where there's just going to be something new around that. I mean, it could just be conclusion to it. It could be that fact that you're traveling a lot longer distances as well. But even still, that's just one tiny aspect of it. This eclipse is in Taurus, right? That's your third house, so it's also communication. All right, so the way that you communicate, again, this going along with your ninth house, your belief system, there could be some changes in the way that you're speaking to people or communicating with people, or even like work in communication as well. All right, we are approaching Sagittarius season, as you know. That is your 10th house of career. All right, so there is going to be some focus really moving up toward that. But again, this is ending this eclipse. Remember, this is a full moon lunar eclipse. What are full moons? Not only are they emotional, right, and they bring conclusion, culmination of things, but this is a full moon lunar eclipse. All right, so it's like the intensity of this full moon is a little bit stronger. Let's take that back and say a lot stronger. All right. So keep that in mind. There is, with every full moon, things are illuminated in your life. Eclipses really reveal some truths around this time as well. But it is, an ending. And it's going to be like a sigh of relief for a lot of y'all, because this eclipse is all about what is bringing you comfort, right? What is bringing you stability? What is bringing it's a lot of values. Asking, what do you value? What are the things that you and how does that fit into your life, okay, your value system? And are you being like, for instance, paid what you're worth, right, for your job? Things like that. Those are some matters that you may be thinking about around this eclipse as well. It does rule your siblings as well as aunts, uncles, even neighbors. All right, so a lot of y'all could be moving as well, or have moved, or there could be some neighbors that are eclipsed out of your life around this time as well. But it is definitely going to be a really big eclipse. Again, it just happens to happen during the Scorpio season. All right, so it is all about empowerment. It's all about really having this breakthrough, okay, and even like a breaking free from something that may have like plagued you for a while. It's I love this eclipse. It's your Sandra D moment. I've been saying it every sign. It's like the end of Greece, right? It's the end of Greece when she comes out and she's like, "Tell me about it, stud," right? And she's got that big transformation. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. She's doing things for love. This is your transformation story, Pisces. This is your transformation story. So I want you to really take advantage of that. Now, I do also love the fact that Jupiter is conjuncting this eclipse. Mercury and Mars will be opposing Jupiter at this time, but it's actually a really good thing. It's very optimistic. It really is just going to boost your confidence. That's all. You're going to feel when I say you're going to feel very empowered, you're going to feel very empowered. All right. And I want you to feel very empowered. Now, speaking of Mercury and Mars, they are going to conjunct on the 29th. And so this is really great. It is a time where you could just be very spiritually active. This is, again, in your ninth house. All right. So keep that in mind. There could be some moments of you just feeling like so left brained at this point, to just like a lot, like you just like feeling like the next Albert Einstein, right, who was a Pisces. So I really love this day. It is, remember, Mars is in Scorpio. It can be a little aggressive as well. So Mercury, the planet of communication, is at play here. So just be very aware of the way that you speak. There could be moments where people could be a little aggressive in the way they speak to you. Don't be reactive. Just be cool. Stay frosty. You'll be fine. Now on Halloween, if you live in these neck of the woods where you celebrate it, either way, on Tuesday, October 31st, Venus is going to trine Uranus. I absolutely love this. This is another one of the best days of the week. Venus all about love, beauty, sex, creativity, right, is a big thing. Money, trining, which these are auspicious aspects. Uranus, which happens to be in Taurus. Venus is a ruling planet for Taurus. So I really love this. Uranus is all about breakthroughs, innovation, surprises. So this is a day where not only could you see like really amazing, inventive, like future forward costumes out there. You could think of some of your own, but at the end of the day, this is a day where you should just go out there because it's a day of surprises, really good surprises. You could have, you could meet people that you never thought you'd ever meet. You could have moments like, for instance, if you are looking for a job, you could meet someone who knows someone at the company that you want to work for. If you are single, you could meet your soulmate. Be social, go out there, go have fun. All right, Pisces. Now, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for this week. There's so much happening this week. There's an absolute, it's such a jam-packed week. So let's get started. Pisces, let's see what's going on for you for October 23rd to the 31st. Again, this is for Pisces and Pisces rising. And if you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you're absolutely welcome to. As you know, if you Venus is in Virgo, all right, and not going to be there that much longer, but Venus in Virgo is, I'm going to hold that. If that comes up in your spread, that's amazing. Okay, I'm not going to tell. I'll tell you what it is at the end if it doesn't show up. But if Venus in Virgo is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Okay. So you may want to read for your Venus because that is such a big thing for you right now. Okay. And if y'all don't even feel it yet, you're going to feel it. All right. Remember, these eclipses have their energies last for a long time. We'll keep it at that. All right. And then obviously read for your moon if you want to get more insight because it is a full moon, lunar eclipse. All right. So with that said, Pisces, let's get started. See what's going on for you for October 23rd to the 31st. Pisces, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I am going to pull clarifiers because it is such a big week. But this is definitely like you are being ramped. Like when I say you're going through transformation, you're going through transformation. There is going to be, wow, interesting. There is going to be, this is I like this. I like this for you. This is very nice. You're always getting these like really sweet, like, I love this. And this is so you. This is so you. I love this. Let's get started. You got the 6 of Pentacles. All right. So this is really great. Kicking off this week with the 6 of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards. It's all about generosity. It's all about, sharing. It's all about, gratitude at the end of the day. It's really like you could be going through some moments right now where you're asking yourself, and it's part of that empowerment energy that you may be feeling this week. Like you may be asking yourself, about that balance between, giving and receiving. Okay. Are you giving, not getting anything in return? Or are you waiting to receive and you're not giving anything at all? So you could be having those moments, really reflecting on those moments. And, this card did come up in your past. So it depends on what day you watch this reading. So have those moments. Think about that because that balance is going to be so key, right? Moving forward. You see the philanthropic man here with the scale in his hand. So remember that balance of that energy. Very, very important. And gratitude is one of the highest vibrations in the law of attraction. You want to be practicing it all the time. And so I really love this for you, but it looks like that there has been some really kind moments that have been happening in your life. Really just like a lot of that compassion. It's almost like you and your element. You are known to be very compassionate, right? So I really love this energy because look where it brings us to the heart of your spread. You have the High Priestess. Hello. That's amazing. I love this, especially because I can't even begin to tell you how often the High Priestess comes up or has been coming up in your readings. So it's always a really good sign. I love it when the High Priestess comes out, especially because especially in the heart of your spread. And so this is all about going within. This is all about having, trusting your intuition, you see she's not only the guardian of the subconscious, so very related to you, Pisces, because you are the native ruler of the 12th house of the subconscious, right? But you do see the toward the book, the Torah in her lap, right? It's half covered, it's half veiled. It's really just asking you right now this week, go within. Okay, you have to go beyond the physical realm. You have all these answers inside you. It's all about unlocking all that. Okay. So I really love this for you, really, especially because she's coming out during the full moon lunar eclipse. All right. You even see the phases of the moon, like her headdress. It's the phases of the moon there. And then you see the sliver of the moon at her feet. Like there really is, pretty amazing. The moon is all about intuition, and I always say it all the time. Y'all are one of the most intuitive signs, right? It's really just you being in your element, almost to a point where I don't even have to tell you this, but this is really great. This is a week where you maybe just really going within. Now, you did get the Queen of Pentacles in your challenge area. So I find that very interesting. Looking at your entire spread here, just be okay. So remember how I said, okay, this eclipse that's happening in Taurus, all about self-worth, self-value, comfort, stability, but also money, right? Money, finances, really taking a look at your finances, your financial outlook, like what's to come, having that stability in that area. Do not disregard that this week, okay? Do not disregard that this week. And also, there is a sense of making sure that you do have that compassion and that kindness for everyone that you care about, like within your orbit. The Queen of Pentacles has this like really big maternal side to her, in terms of taking care of people with the resources that she has. But she's come up in your challenge area, which really is a breakthrough area. So it is something that you really want to focus on. And it could be something that you will be focusing on this week, especially with the High Priestess and the heart of your spread. Keep that in mind. And it may be something that you're doing that deep reflection on to remember this eclipse is so powerful. Some things are, it's again, concluding something. There's a sense of like completion of something. There's a sense of just a culmination, all right, of something ending. So it could be something like, these people that I want to spend time, putting energy into, but even still, there is going to be a sense of you considering others on your path, on your journey forward, especially, hey, you got the Hermit in your crown. So not only did you get the High Priestess, you got the Hermit. I would, again, really possibly, if you want, read for your Venus, if you know your birth chart, right? Because the Hermit is Virgo. And like I said, Virgo, Venus is in Virgo, in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So that could be something that you're thinking about. All right. Really, so it is something that you could be thinking about this week, whether it's work, career, or even like love, romance at home. But partnership energy is really big. But even still, if you're not here for partnerships, if you're not here for career, if you're not here for love, this is just you going within, doing that soul searching as the Hermit does. The Hermit, if you think about, like the medieval times, like for the 14th century when tarot came out, people trekked for weeks to get answers, guidance, wisdom from the hermit, right? The hermit that lived in the cave. So this is you spending that time to really go within. Again, all those answers that you may have, may not have questions for. Wait, all those questions you may not have answers for is what I'm trying to say. They're inside you. Okay. They're inside you. And again, with this eclipse, it's very revelatory, right? There's truth that could come to light. So do that deep diving, because you could find all that inner truth within you as well. All right. Regarding other people, regarding situations you're in, regarding, your external world, your physical realm, but also within you. Okay. Keep that in mind. Now, you did get the Page of Swords in the root of your spread. So there is a sense of you, you are going to spend some time. I feel like you are going to have this moment where you're going to feel this drive to move forward toward your passions, but also the way that you see things again. Like, it's just going to be really activated. But in order for that to happen, you really do have to go within. Okay. So that is really the biggest message here. Pages are messengers as well, and swords are the mental suit. So keep that in mind, because a lot of the messages you will receive will be coming from within, will be coming from your spirit guides, will be coming from your intuition. So really spend that time doing that. And now you have the Six of Cups in your future. Absolutely love that. This is amazing, especially because this card is attributed to Sun and Scorpio. Again, in your 9th house of spirituality. I mean, this is really, really great. There's a lot of, well, hold on. Let me see what's going on here. So there is, money is definitely going to be a thing for you, especially you are thinking about your future in terms of stability, comfort, when it comes to finances. But Pentacles are earthbound, so your physical world too, just finding stability, comfort, really sorting that out. But there is something linked to the past here. There is, especially with the Six of Cups energy, that don't be surprised if something from the past comes to light, or is, even again in your external world, in your world, comes back in some way or another. It can be something, a passion that you had. It could be something that you really loved. It could be a person. It could be an experience, but expect that. All right. But there is a sense of like, once you go within, once you do that soul searching, once you tap into your intuition, which is not going to be a problem for you, it's almost like there is going to you're going to know how to build this comfort that you seek, how to make everything a lot easier in terms of reaching your path to enlightenment here. And then you have temperance in your future. Okay. So, love this for you. It really is. You have an archangel in your future. Again, another very spiritually driven card that's in your future. Hey, temperance is Sagittarius. So a lot of it could be thinking about, jobs and career, because like I said, Sagittarius is your 10th house, all right, of career, but also fame, recognition, achievements, personal achievements. But I love this for you. I absolutely love this for you. There is this balance that is going to just sort out, but you've got to bring the order to that. 4 is all about order, right? 4 is all about stability. Think about the 4 legs of a table. So it really is a lot of like going within. Also have some fun. Okay. Another message, just have some, it seems like you will. It seems like everything is just going to be, if there's like this really nice flow again with your spreads have just been so like, I love this. Because there's everything here that's so Pisces, all that compassion, all that intuition, a lot of creative energy here as well. Just, you will be spending time thinking about how to build that world that you want. especially with the Queen of Pentacles in your challenge area. Spend some time doing that. It really is like she does have the resources to build the world, the perfect world for herself. All right. So spend some time doing that. You're going to have to go within to do that. All right. So Pisces, let's get to your stuff. Pisces. If you like this reading, Pisces, it would be so great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. I want to hear from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. As you can see, it has been a long work day. I am tongue tied. All right. So Pisces, yeah. Very big week for you. I'm getting a message. It's actually, you know what? This is going to be like, if you think about, let's say January 2024, where you are in your life, then you can trace a lot of it back to what's going to happen this week or even this month. Okay. This is the month, like, this is how big that week is. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, this is wow. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. You got Judgment. All right. So you are getting pretty much every card that has like a really strong spiritual connotation to it. I mean, there you go. So be willing to have this transformation. Be willing to have, you see, you got another archangel. You have Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet, right? You see the dead arising, the dead the dead are gray, and gray in tarot is wisdom, right? So when you hear the blow of the trumpet, when you have that spiritual awakening, when you have that aha moment, that moment of clarity, that moment of reckoning, right? It's like you're awake. It's like as if you've been on autopilot and now you see, now you hear everything, and it really is not only really healing for you, but it's raising your frequency, right? We're all made of energy. It's raising your frequency. In fact, the dead are alive now. All right. So it's awaken the dead, and now they're seeking this meaningful life experience. So it's almost like this is exactly what you want. This empowerment energy is really big. And again, very spiritually for you. Remember, all this activity in Scorpio this week in your 9th house of spirituality. So keep that in mind. This is you. Just be in your element this week. And there you go. You got the Ace of Cups. In your external factors area, in your external influences area, there is something really fueling you right now. The biggest energy that I'm getting is that there is something that this week will really motivate you to just have those moments of joy, those moments of rapturous joy. In fact, okay, that's what rapture is, right? Rapturous, like intense pleasure and joy, almost to this, nirvanic level, this the elation, and to a whole other level. The Ace of Cups, by the way, aces usher in that new change, right? New beginnings, new paths. And as we know, this is an eclipse, ending something, new beginning. Cups, love, emotions, your feelings, intuition as well. Right? A lot of self-love energy here. So there is, again, with that empowerment energy, especially with like spirituality, and especially with you being in your element, just, I love this for you. A lot of self-love. It's almost like it's again, just like you being you, but very driven to, like, more driven than ever. But there's this peacefulness to it. It's just so nice. Now, the Ace of Cups, again, this is, this is like the Holy Grail, right? Everybody wants to see the Ace of Cups. We call it the heart of tarot. And so I always say, think about the last time something brought you so much joy, brought you to tears, whether it was like, getting married, getting your dream job, getting, a puppy, whatever it is, right? it's almost like there's something fueling you to have that moment again. A lot of it could be something that you think about from the past, like something nostalgic, like nostalgic moments. Like, as we know, nostalgia has been proven to improve quality of life, to, mental health, to your mindset, all of that. But there is something that is really fueling you, and it really is. It's like you have this goal. You're gonna know it this week, okay? If you don't already, there's something, and it's gonna be on this really divine spiritual level. I absolutely love this for you, and for a lot of y'all, it's gonna happen. There is gonna be something new that happens where it is like you can't even believe that it's happening. Okay, you did get the Eight of Cups. Guess what this card is attributed to, Pisces? Saturn in Pisces. There is something that you're definitely leaving behind. As you can see with the, figure here in the red cloak, the red boots, which is passion, which is power, right? Leaving these cups behind. And there's nothing wrong with these cups, right? He just knows something's better for him. Lastly, you do see, you know that this is the full moon lunar eclipse this week. You see the eclipse happening in the background there. So, wow, there is something that you definitely want to end, and you definitely want something new to begin. And you are definitely going to go on this whole other level to really have all those answers. And then lastly, you got the Tower and your final outcome. So there is going to be a moment that you are going to have that is you may not see coming. Remember I said a lot of truth brought to light, and in the moment you may see it as unfavorably this week, but it is going to be the best thing for you. Okay. And so this is almost like every one of these cards, hey, you're going to be fine. You're going to be protected. You have the High Priestess. You have two archangels here. It's almost like your entire spread is kind of giving you a heads up, right? All these angels, all your spirit guides saying hey, something kind of out of the blue is going to happen. Heads up. All right. But as you know, with the Tower, even though it can be this chaotic, destructive moment, the Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. All right. And that's what these eclipses do too. Right. So even though you may see it unfavorably in the moment, even though it's something that you may be I didn't want that to happen, it's actually clearing this path, because what comes after the Tower? The Star. Your hopes, your wishes, the stars aligning for you, healing. You also see the Tower is still standing. Okay. So you are definitely going to have, it's going to be a decision about work. And then you got the Knight of Swords too. Let's do one more. Oh my goodness. Okay. You're going to bounce back. It's almost again, with the fact that you got the Seven of Pentacles, very interesting with coming after the Tower. You got the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So you see what's happening here. There is almost for some of y'all, there is going to be a moment where it's something in your life there needs to be a shakeup, okay? And you may already know this, whether it's a relationship, whether it's the job you're at, whether it's maybe you've been feuding with a family member, whatever it is, whatever resonates with you, right? It definitely is going to be affecting your spirituality. Again, remember, you have all these cards as spirituality. You have Sun in Scorpio. In your future, you have Saturn and Pisces there. Now you got the Tower ruled by Mars, okay? And so, as we know, Mars is in Scorpio in your 9th house as spirituality. Very interesting with the Seven of Pentacles. So there is something where it's almost there is this decision that you're going to have to make from it. But if the energy is more there's a situation where it's almost like there needs to be a shakeup. And so this tower moment is almost like you want it. Okay. Now, once it happens, you see you got two knights. Knights are very active and they are blazing forward. So it's almost like the best thing for you. It allows you to just look how fast those knights are going. Okay. It again almost allows you to just pursue your passions, to be like bold and courageous, and you can handle any storm at this point. You're good. You're absolutely good. There's going to be something that and again, it's could be something that makes you realize or gives you some clarity around things that you've invested in up until this point. Like, again, this is all about empowerment this week. It's all about transformation, but it's also about what is going to bring me value. Does this even bring me value anymore? Does this bring me comfort anymore? Am I truly happy in this situation? So again, it's remember, you have the Ace of Cups in your external factors area. You have two archangels with the High Priestess. You have the Hermit. I mean, like, you're actually really good. You're actually really good. So I wouldn't even worry about the Tower card. It's almost like it's needed. It's necessary. With the fact that you got the Eight of the Eight of Cups as a third card in your staff, it's almost like you want it anyway. So you're good. You're actually really, really good here. Just really, really go within. Really go within to really think about the perfect world that you want for yourself, because you can have it. You can absolutely have it. You just have to take that action of really trusting your intuition at this point. But there could be something in your external world that happens, where there's a jolt to something, or could be even like a really big shakeup. And it can have to do with where it could be, like, even the fact that, like, maybe you work at a company and it gets bought out and now there's all these layoffs or whatever. But even still, whatever it is, it seems to set you free. It seems to set you free. And now it's what you want. So you're good. Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. Next week, I do your November forecast. November is very different from October. Again, we are going to enter Sagittarius season, so there is going to be a lot of focus on career for y'all. But if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much, y'all. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next week. Okay. Thanks so much, Pisces.